What are the 10 best Marvel Contest of Champions related resources for 2022? Hey everybody, welcome to one of these yearly type videos where I go over 10 resources that I personally use, personally rate, and other people enjoy as well, which are very helpful for the community. You can find links to all of the different sites in the links in the description down below. Links, except for the body spray in the UK, which in other places is called Axe. That's a play on words. But let's kick things off with the first good resource that you should put in your lives, and that is the forum. Only for information. A lot of people will fall out on the forums, and that's just the thing. A lot of times there's differences of opinions. People fall out, people put some derogatory comments, and it's just the usual thing. But if you're just there for information, you can get some good information. This is why I made a show called the MCN, which looks to bring together information from the forums, because Kabam go and answer against questions and bring up-to-date info to the kind of the community. So, here's a good example. Something about a recent compensation for the gold pool quest, which golden circle quest, and you can see like Kabam Dev has answered against something that's been a question, and that just gives correct information, which is something that's very, very important, and you can find out problems that are going on. Could be even bugs with some of the content you're doing, which you may not know if you play in game, because Kabam don't alert players in game when there's been a serious bug or a slight bug to a piece of content. The second piece or second resource that is really cool is the Reddit, so the Contest of Champions Reddit. Now on there you can get lots of different information. You can get discussion points on champions to use against certain quests. You can get little bits of guides, dialogue, conversation. There's a whole host of things, as well as alliance recruitment as well. So there's kind of like a one-stop shop for helpful things for the community, as well as a place to go that's not through the official channels, so to speak. And as well, memes, because people do like their memey things. Up next is YouTube. Now you can see with YouTube, there's different YouTube channels. When I last checked, I think there was upwards of 3,200 Marvel Contest of Champions related YouTube channels. That is a lot of channels, and definitely when I first started back in 2015, there was only about a handful. This was before the days of, I think, Brian Gran, Dorky Diggity Dave, Seaton, Legacy, Melsonic Dude, long before a lot of those got themselves started. I think 2015 summer is when I officially kind of got started with doing YouTube content. So yeah, it was it's a different time back then. But you can find helpful guides, walkthroughs to information, as well as Marvel Contest of Champions official YouTube channel, which has lots of different breakdowns, fun stuff, as well as deep dives on champions. That gives you little how-tos as well. Up next is the Lightswalls diversity tool. This is still used a lot by players, and it is interesting. I know that that Arnie too, or Arnie that kind of like works on this particular tool itself, I know he's working on something as well. Also, I know several other people working on different types of apps and other types of helpful things to help players out, especially when it comes to setting up teams, and especially when it comes to things like diversity and other elements when it comes to Marvel Contest of Champions. Your setup is very, very important. Your battleground, your team assignments are going to be very, very important as well. So go and check that in the link in the description. Up next is Antmay. Antmay is one of the finest places to go when it comes to information. I think Synergy. There are a few old sites I used to use, like Junris SK and as well the MarvelSynergy.com. Both I don't think post up-to-date info, which is disappointing because there's some great stuff when it comes to information for the community, when it comes to like immunities, blah, blah, blah. But something that is great at that, and that is understanding your prestige, having a prestige calculator, prestige list of champions, champion info, a mastery builder, but there is another mastery place that I do like to go, which I'm going to talk about in a second. Quest nodes, there's a whole host of things, and tagging of champion, which is can be found in champion info. Antmay is definitely a one-stop shop for many different things, and it's a great and helpful site, especially with those synergy lists that a lot of people want to see. Now, a great place that I go to in order to figure out maps, also guides, and also when I'm looking to figure out what I'm doing with my Alliance Quest team, that's kind of the main thing that I use MCC-guide for, and I would recommend this, especially because it's updated by the owner quite regularly, and you can see like even like this week, the final week of Eternity of Pain, and looking at counters. So yeah, this is a great resource and a great place to go, especially when you want info. Press the thing, drop down AQ, AW, go onto those things, and then you're able to get the info that you require for whatever you're doing. Alliance Wars, Alliance Quest, again, whatever you fancy, whatever you're doing. I say I use this a lot for my AQ setup and kind of getting ideas. And yeah, go and check out MCC-guide, links in the description down below. Now, a great place with some decent visual guides and as well some visual information and infographics is MCC Noob. So if you're looking for gameplay tips and guides, as well a lot of stuff with Act 7, which has been incredibly helpful to the player base, go and check out MCC Noob. Links in the description down below. Also, make sure to go to Twitter and drop a follow on MCC Noob, who has recently joined, well not joined, he joined in 2018, but has recently started posting more regularly. And let's see if we can boost that 293 followers up, just for all the helpful guides that MCC Noob does to help out the community. So make sure to go and do that. Sticking with Twitter and the old Sarge. So once a month, as you know, I post something called the Cavalier cheat sheet, but also there is the mediocre MCC player guide to Cavalier difficulty, which is done by the old Sarge, as well as a host of different players as well that help out with the creation of this. So yeah, go and check it out in the link in the description. And in particular, because it is a Google Drive as well, go and check out that as well. You can find all info as the pinned tweet, which is on his Twitter, and it's just handy if you just like follow, because then once a month you get that info as well as different types of info as well. So yeah, go and check out the old Sarge on Twitter for monthly Cavalier guides. Now, one place that I go on a monthly basis, and yes, Antmay has their own kind of like setup of mastery builder. I just like this. I like simplistic things. Sometimes I like really technical things, but sometimes I like really, just simplistic things. And this is just a Contest of Champions mastery builder. It's just super standard, and it just allows you to kind of quickly, without kind of any thrills or spills, just to kind of like change things by hitting in the control button on your keyboard. You're able to just like remove the masteries there, and like set up stuff, reset up stuff, like put in some new things in there, blah blah blah. There's lots of things you can do right there to kind of like set yourself up a mastery and kind of like do what you need to do. So yeah, like I just like this kind of like at a point of just creating a mastery, and yeah, I just like it. That's just really thing. I think it's neat, but I think it's kind of like cool because it's simplistic. And yeah, go and check it out in the link in the description down below. And of course, one of my favorite MCOC related resources, and all of the different like resources we mentioned are all good in their own right. I'm not saying any of these are better than each other. It's all about having a collective package that allows you as a player to kind of know information, know what to do, how to do it, when to do it, and all those kind of things. And this is why I like Dan and Frontline MCOC. As well, we do a podcast together called the Contest Round Podcast. One of the main things that I love about what Dan does is the MCC calendar, but it doesn't stop there, okay? So if you follow him on Twitter first and foremost, you'll know there's lots of different info on a daily basis called Around the Battle Round. This gives you up-to-date information of stuff that is dropping. It also gives you info about videos that are being dropped, as well as kabam announcements on things, which again helps out the players know what they're doing and how to get involved with stuff. There's so many extras as well when it comes to like, okay, well, there's guides, there's side quest guides, there's a free-to-play account grind, like, and how it's going through there, and guide. There's, as I said, lots of different guides, YouTube guide information, a 5-star and 6-star featured crystal tracker, which I think is really important, to form the basis of saving up your crystal shards for desired champions that will be coming in the future, like the feature 5-star, which has the first June champion, second June champion, and first July champion. So there's some real kind of like interesting stuff there. Links, you name it. Like there's a whole host of things to kind of help you out. MCOC 101 guides, starting you out when you're kind of like playing the game, variant guides, you name it. Like it just gives you a whole host of different guides, information, all put together in a nice package of info. You just click them and go. All these resources are fantastic to help a player out in order to know where to go, how to do, and all that kind of stuff, whether it's on a monthly basis with side quests and other areas as well. Of course, I do my own guides, but, this is all about, championing other people in the community that do great stuff as well. And, we look forward now that people like Marvel True Cost, Junriz SK, and as well Marvel Synergy don't post quite so much with the up-to-date stuff. It's all about finding those that actively do. So yeah, go and check out the links in the description to all those different places. That has been the video. That has been me wearing a hat, which is I'm only doing because my hair is a mess and I'm getting a haircut next week. Thanks very much for watching this video, and I'll see you all very soon, whatever that would be. Cheers everybody, have a good one, bye bye.